Okay.
I don't know if I will be able to sit today.
You get a chair. Go get a chair.
I think I have to get my period, so all this is totally jammed.
Okay.
You want me to raise that?
No. Because otherwise it's a downward looking view.
Anybody else need help?
All right. Looks like the microphone's on. All right. So do your best. So you weren't here in the afternoon, but we're going to recapitulate the sequence, and they're going to do their best. You try to remember any poses.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Any asanas, and we'll put them in order. Surely you remember something we did.
Yeah, no.
Draw a picture, draw a stick figure, use English, just write something. Okay, finish up. All right, so we're going to invoke with Sahana Bhavatu. You can sit in the chair. Make yourself comfortable. We're going to be here for a while. And you can pull the chair up closer if you like. You know, put it on the mat or put the mat on the chair, whatever. Make yourself comfortable. We're sitting for a while.
This music of Sanskrit chants on Spotify.
There are many.
It's led through there. Right? I know.
Okay, adjust your seat. Sit tall. Bring the hands to the chest. Spread the collarbones. And spread the kidney band right here. Don't dig in. Okay, close the eyes. Get connected to the breath. With exhalations, clear out the debris of the mind. With inhalations, fortify the posture. Silently chant Om. 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau bhunaktu. Sahanau bhunaktu. Saha viryam karavavahai. Saha viryam karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. Bow the head to the heart. Bring the hands to the legs. Okay, raise the head up. All right, so what did you come up with? What was the first thing we did? No. Yes, it's a good way to do it. What'd you come up with? No. Oh, but you didn't finish. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, so it was Parshvottanasana, calf stretch. Yeah. There's something back there. Parshvottanasana, calf stretch. So that was with your hands at the wall in a rolled mat. Then we did Adho Mukha Śvānāsana. Uttanasana, briefly. And then we did Parshvottanasana with the back heel to the wall.
Which one was that?
Gomukhāsana, and then we did.
Uttanasana,
And then what?
Parshvottanasana. So we did Uttanasana, I think, with the roll as well. Yeah. So that Uttanasana we did with the roll. And Parshvottanasana we did with the back heel to the wall, one leg forward. You had your hands on bricks with a concave spine. You took the bricks forward. Okay. And then after that, Prasarita Padottanasana. Prasarita Padottanasana. Uttanasana with the adjustments. So we did Prasarita Padottanasana with the adjustments. Yeah. Then we did Uttanasana with the adjustments. And we might have done Adho Mukha Śvānāsana with the adjustments. Yes, I'm sure we did. Then we did Śirshāsana preparation. Lifting the shoulders, etc., lifting the knees. Then we did Śirshāsana. After that, what? Yes. So Adho Mukha Virasana, I think, right? And then Daṇḍāsana. So Adho Mukha Virasana, after Śirshāsana, you bend your knees, you put your head on the floor. Then Daṇḍāsana. What? Adho Mukha Virasana is typically done after Śirshāsana.
The one we push our hands up with the trying to recollect what which one was.
Can somebody show? Can you show? There we go. This is done after Śirshāsana. Okay, then, no, Urdhva Daṇḍāsana, right? All that Urdhva done like 10 times. Then from Urdhva Daṇḍāsana to Paṣtimottanasana. Urdhva Daṇḍāsana to Paṣtimottanasana. And then Padangusta Daṇḍāsana, holding the big toes. Padangusta. Daṇḍāsana. And then what? Janu Śirṣāsana. Janu Śirṣāsana. Then what? Yep, I'm putting all that under Janu Śirṣāsana. Yeah. Yes, then Baddhānguliyasana. Now you're caught up. Okay. Then Baddhānguliyasana. What was after Baddhānguliyasana? Vajrāsana with the roll. Vajrāsana.
What's the name?
Vajrāsana, thunderbolt. So we put the roll behind the calves, the knee, and we sat and we were tortured. Remember that?
It was starting off blood circulation.
Oh yeah. Okay. Then do it more often for a less period of time. Yeah, it will change. It will help your calves. Then after that, we did Virasana. So Vajrāsana with the roll was a preparation for Virasana. And did we do Pādāsana in Virasana? Or maybe we did it in Vajrāsana, I don't know, but you could put Pādāsana down. So this is Pādāsana. It's also called Urdhva Baddhānguliyasana, upward bound fingers or mountain. Pādāsana means mountain. Okay, and then after that, what was after Virasana? And Pādāsana. Yeah, tree. What did you say? What? No. Trianga Mukha, Ekapada. One leg in Virasana, one leg in Daṇḍāsana. And then all of the actions that went with that. Urdhva Hasta, going forward, holding the leg, holding the foot rather. Trianga Mukha. So Trianga, Mukha, Trianga Mukha Ekapada. Paṣtimottanasana. Paṣtimottanasana. Trianga Mukha Ekapada Paṣtimottanasana. Then after that, it was legs up the wall, which is called Urdhva Prasarita Pādāsana. And then Śvānāsana.
Urdhva Prasarita?
Yes, upward extended legs.
What's it? Urdhva Prasarita?
Pādāsana. So these are almost all of them on the list of the 75 asanas in the portal. Like Vajrāsana isn't, but it's a well-known asana. Okay. Were there any questions about yesterday's sequence of class?
I have a question. So, like the bowl and everything we use.
Yeah.
So, it should do before starting asana, then after both times, or just like when?
Anytime. There's not a special time for that. But if you have a knee problem, you should do it every day. Yeah, because you need to soften your calves, you need to create that space, you need to stretch your quadriceps, you need to stretch your ankles. Okay, all right, anything else? All right, so we will start with the chant book. So go to Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, the first pada. So I asked in your portal, you had an assignment. Does anybody remember what the assignment was for the Yoga Sutras? Okay, but how many sutras was that? It was the first 10. It was the first 10. Okay, you don't have the portal, you don't have the portal. Okay, all right. All right, so we're going to chant those sutras. And so turn to page 12. Okay, and repeat after me. Srimat Patanjali Maha Munaye Namaha. Srimat Patanjali Maha Munaye Namaha. Srimat Patanjali Maha Munaye Namaha. Oh boy, this is going to listen carefully. Srimat Patanjali Maha Munaye Namaha. Srimat Patanjali Maha Munaye Namaha. Okay, that was bad. Yes. Whenever you see that H with, okay. Atta Patanjala Yoga Sutra Pataha. Atta Patanjala Yoga Sutra Pataha. Pataha. Because you see that line over the A. Atta Samadhi Padaha. Okay, so we're giving salutations to Patanjali, the great Patanjali. We're saying now the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and now the first Padaha. Okay, so 1.1, Atta. Yoganushāsanam. Okay, so Rose, will you read the English for that one? Okay. Now, if I was a Sanskrit scholar, I would spend 5 minutes talking about what the word atta means, and it has a lot of depth, but I'm not that scholar, so I'm just going to tell you that it means now. Yeah, now, yeah. Yoganushāsanam. Okay, so that means that's an exposition of yoga. Okay, so now listen. Atta Yoganushāsanam. Atta Yoganushāsanam. Okay, one more time. Atta Yoganushāsanam. Okay, Sutra 1.2. So, Yogaścitta vritti nirodhaha. Yogaścitta vritti nirodhaha. I'm going to break it down. Yogaha. Chitta vritti. Nirodhaha. And then when you put yogaha and chitta get together, it becomes yogaścitta. Yogaścitta vritti nirodhaha. Yogaścitta vritti nirodhaha. Okay. So, Gisela, will you read the English translation?
Yoga is the cessation of movements in the consciousness.
So this is here the definition of classical yoga. And sometimes nirodha is, so it can be translated as restraint also. So
That's Nirodha.
yes, cessation or restraint.
And
Okay.
where is consciousness?
Chitta,
Ah,
vritti, the movements. Yes, okay. So it has been said that every Sanskrit word has 8 definitions, including a thing, its opposite, and a sexual position. So that's the joke about how many different meanings there are to every Sanskrit word. So she chose one word for every Sanskrit word here. But you could read a different translation and get slightly different words. And you should read different translations. Okay. And this is from, this book is compiled by Leslie Freiberg, who is an Iyengar yoga teacher and student. And this is BKS Iyengar's English translation. Okay. Sutra 1.3, Tada, Drashtuhu, Swarupe, Avasthanam. Now I'm giving it to you the way, so it's actually Avasthanam.
Avastana. It's almost like it has an A.
It's like a liaison. It's not printed. You see the little, there's a little mark. It's because she took it out. So when you chant Sanskrit, you're supposed to do the individual words and then do the connection. Okay, and she skipped a step here. So tada, drashtuhu, swarupe, avasthanam. Yes. So repeat after me. Tada, drashtuhu, swarupe, avasthanam. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Tada drashtuhu swarupe. Let's try it again. Tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Tada listen. Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. So a little break after the H. Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. Tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam. Okay, so Pooja, will you read the English translation?
Then the seer dwells in his own true splendor.
Okay, the word for seer is drashtuhu. Yeah, the witness. Swarupa. Swa means self, rupa is form. Vastanam is state. Then he's in the state of his true self. So once the movements of the mind are restrained, then the seer shines forth. The seer dwells in his own true splendor. The seer is in its own true form. Okay?
Does this tada
Then,
correspond to
no. No, it's a different D. Pādāsana, A-D-A-R, it's a different word. Yeah. Okay, 1.4, vritti. Actually, it's vrittihi. Sarupyam, itaratra. Now, don't look at just listen and repeat. Just close your eyes. Vrittihi, sarupyam, itaratra. Now listen, vritti sarupyam itaratra. Vritti sarupyam itaratra. Vritti sarupyam itaratra. Vritti sarupyam itaratra. So now look at it again because there are some long vowels. Listen, vritti sarupyamitāratra. Vritti sarupyam itaratra. Okay, so Sophia, will you read the English?
At other times, the seer identifies with the fluctuating consciousness.
Okay, so that's 99% of our existence. So,
99.9.
okay. So yoga is the cessation of the movements of mind, and then the seer dwells in their own true splendor. At the other times, the seer identifies with fluctuations. That means anything that the sense organs are attached to, or any ideas that the mind is attached to. It's moving. Okay. And we think, I am that. I am sick. I am tall. I am, these are all fluctuations. They're not the real I. Okay. 1.5. Vrittayaha.
Vrittayaha.
Vrittayaha. Vrittayaha.
Vrittayaha.
Panchatayaha.
Panchatayaha.
Panchatayaha. Klishta, klishtaha. Klishta, klishtaha. You see the two long A's, right? Vrittayaha, panchatayaha, klishta, klishtaha. Vrittayaha, panchatayaha, klishta, klishtaha. Vrittayaha, panchatayaha, klishta, klishtaha. Klishta, klishtaha. Vrittayaha, panchatayaha. Klishta, klishtaha. Now, don't look, just listen. Vrittayaha, panchatayaha, klishta, klishtaha. Vrittayaha, panchatayaha, klishta, klishtaha. Okay, whose turn? Ruth?
The movements of consciousness are fivefold. They may be cognizable or non-cognizable, painful or non-painful.
Okay, vrittayaha, these are the movements. Pancha is 5. Klishta is afflicted or non, and aklishta is non-afflicted. So we can't have we can't be in a state of yoga all the time, right? We're moving about in the world. We're dealing with sense objects. We've got to think. But these movements of the mind can either cause problems, they can lead to suffering, or they can be non-afflicted, not lead to suffering. So we want the kind of movements of the mind that don't lead to suffering. So there's a definition of klesha. The klesha vrittis are covered in the second pada, but they are avidya, ignorance, asmita, egoism, raga, attachment, dvesha, revulsion or aversion, and the last one is fear of death. So we don't want to have thoughts that are leading us into attachment or aversion or hatred or fear of death.
Well, is it like pretty much my mind is what I'm going to have to do tomorrow, which is non-suffering. I mean, it's just, or my mother was cruel to me, which is suffering. Is that kind of the
klesha vrittis, okay? First of all, it's a big, vast subject. Okay, so avidya means, and most of the time we're in a state of avidya. So when you're in the state of, I am this ego, I am this person with this body who weighs this much, who is this tall, who's from this ethnic background, when that's who your sense of yourself is, who has this educational background, then you're in a state of avidya. So most of the time we are in the state of avidya. Most of the time we have klesha vrittis that are going to create karmas that are going to come back to us. So I just want to leave it at that because it's a big subject.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, the state of yoga here that we're talking about is a pure, pristine state. Okay. All right. So now they're talking about the different types of vrittis, the 5 vrittis. Okay. I would like to get into these, but so we will do it briefly. 1.6, pramana, vipariyaya, vikalpa, nidra, smrtayaha. Okay, so correct knowledge, pramana. This is valid, correct knowledge. That's a type of vritti. That's a classification of vrittis. Vipariyaya, illusion. Or, illusion. Vikalpa, it says delusion, but it's also imagination. And then nidra is sleep. This is dreamless sleep with no vrittis. Well, no, okay, sleep is a vritti.
Really?
Yes, it is a state of consciousness. It is a mind. It is a movement of the mind. And then smrtayaha, memory. Okay, so these are classifications of vrittis. And then
Knowledge is also.
yes, the mind is moving when there's knowledge. But if it's correct knowledge, it's an aklishta. So any of these can be afflictive or non-afflictive. If they create attachment or aversion or fear or egoism or ignorance, then they are afflictive. So it's a deep subject, and that's all I want to say about that right now. Now the rest of these are about valid forms of are going to define each one of these different types of vrittis. So 1.7, pratyaksha, repeat, pratyaksha, anumana, agamaha, pramanani. So that's the end like this. Pramanani. You're sounding too gringo. Pramanani. Okay, exaggerating it. I'm doing that for you. Okay, pratyakshanumanagamaha. Pratyakshanumanagamaha. Pramanani. Okay, so correct knowledge is direct, inferred, or proven as factual. So direct is from direct perception. And then inferred is, you see smoke, you infer that there's fire. That's a valid form of knowledge. And then the other valid form is, wait a minute now. Agama is when someone tells you. Yeah, so proven as factual, I don't like that definition. It's based on testimony. So agama, most of the knowledge that we get from yoga is agama from the sages. We don't have the direct perception of the reality state. We get it from the tradition, which came from the rishis. So that's agama. But we try to go for direct perception in when we practice asana, right? So asana gives us an opportunity to directly perceive the body and its alignment and its functioning and the causes and effects in the body. So it's a field for knowledge. It's a field for valid knowledge through direct perception. And then sometimes you don't perceive something directly, so you infer, okay, if I've got a knee problem and she says, put this thing behind your knees, then you can infer that when you have an asana that's going to involve a knee pain, you might have to put something behind your knee. That's inference. That's a valid form of knowledge. And then there's the teacher tells you, when you do this, this will happen. And if you trust that source, then that's a valid form of knowledge. If it's a trusted source. Okay, so those are the forms of knowledge that are, so every philosophy has an epistemology or a theory about how knowledge is attained, and this is that part here. And this also comes from Sankhya. All right, 1.8, Vipariyayo. Vipariyayo. Mithya Jnanam. Atad Rupa Pratishtam. Vipariyayo Mithya Jnanam Atad Rupa Pratishtam. Vipariyayo Mithya Jnanam Atad Rupa Pratishtam. Illusory, oh, would you like to read that, Ruth?
Sure. Illusory or erroneous knowledge is based on non-fact or the non-real.
Okay, so the classic example, do you know what it is? They always give it. It's about a snake and a rope. It's mistaking a rope, seeing a rope and thinking it's a snake. That's a typical example. That's an example of vipariyaya. Okay, so it's not real. All right. The next one is a definition of vikalpa. Shabda, jnana, anupati, vastu, shunyo, vikalpaha. Shabda jnanupati. Sorry, Shabda Jnananupati. Jnananupati. Vastu Shunyo Vikalpaha. Vastu Shunyo Vikalpaha. Okay. Brenna?
Verbal knowledge devoid of substance is fancy or imagination.
Okay, so it's a definition of imagination or fancy. All right, and the next one, abhava, pratyaya, alambana, vrittihi, nidra. Is a definition of sleep. Abhava, pratyaya, alambana, vrittir nidra. Abhava pratyaya lambana vrittir nidra. Abhava pratyaya lambana vrittir nidra. Okay.
That's for yoga nidra, the meditation, yoga nidra. Do you know about that? Right?
It's
They
not.
call it yoga nidra.
They call it yoga nidra. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yes. So they've come up with a sleep yoga now. Yeah.
Right.
I don't even want to know. Okay. All right. So sleep is the non-deliberate absence of thought waves or knowledge. So it's interesting because it says there are no thought waves, and yet it's a vritti. It's considered one of the vrittis. Okay. So now we're ending our discussion of Patanjali. And so we should say, iti samadhipadaha, samadhipadaha. Done. Yeah. That was the samadhipadaha. That was what we, yeah. Okay, so now we're putting these books away. And you can have a very brief bathroom break and put the blankets in a pile near your mat.
Moving from here?
Yes, we are. We're starting the asana practice now. We keep your bolsters up, put your pens and papers away. Okay, so we have gone through the first 10 sutras, and those of you who have your assignments, you are to read the commentary on those sutras in your Yoga Sutras book. Okay. Say what?
You said you wanted the blankets in a pile?
Yeah, just a pile near your own stuff. Yes, you can. All right, so let's stand up. Put the chair in the corner there. Have your, mat all the way to the wall. Okay, and stand in Tadasana. Stretch the arms down, join the legs. Cut the outer ankles in, lift the inner ankles up. Join the feet completely. Join the feet. Join the big toes. All right, make the legs firm and broaden the collarbones. Stretch the arms down. Urdhva Hastasana. Pādāsana. Urdhva Hastasana. Pādāsana. Urdhva Hastasana. Pādāsana. Urdhva Hastasana. Pādāsana. Urdhva Baddhānguliyasana. Inhale, raise the arms up. Rotate the outer upper arms forward. Exhale, change. Thighs back, outer ankles in. Rotate the outer upper arms forward. Pull the wrists apart, elbows in. Get the elbows straighter. Get the triceps into the bone. Spread the heels of the hands. Change. Inhale, go up. Exhale, down. Inhale up, change. Come down. Take the right arm behind the left and hold the left upper arm. Now, if you can't reach above the elbow, then you should have a belt. Quickly. Release. Take the left arm to hold the right. Walk the hand above the elbow joint. This is called Eka Hastāsana. Eka mean one arm bound. Okay, and Tadasana. So you have to make a loop in the belt. Put it around your left arm and then take the right arm and hold the upper left arm. No, sorry, I have to stop because that's incorrect. When you make a belt, the tail has to be on the outside and the rough part has to be facing inward. So you take the end of the belt, let me show this for the video, and you put it inside like this. So the end meets the rough part. And then you make a U-turn and you slide it back through. Okay? All right, now make that smaller. All right, again, the rest of you take the right arm behind and hold the left arm. Now roll both arms inside out, spread the collarbones, and just observe if you're pushing your abdomen forward. So lift the lower abdomen to the chest, descend the buttock flesh, inhale and exhale. Now change, put the loop on the other arm. and then hold the loop with your hand, with your left hand. Now stretch the right arm down, spread the collarbones, and turn the biceps inside out and observe what's happening to the shoulder blades. So this is a sense of, so if I could say to you, the way that you adjust your upper arms is by rotation. The way that you adjust the shoulder blades is through the rotation of the upper arms. But you should get that direct perception yourself. So testify to this. Get the imprint yourself. Are you able to adjust your shoulder blades through the rotation of the upper arms? What happens to the shoulder blades when you turn the upper arms out? Okay, now release the arms. Take the right arm again. Stretch the left arm down. Roll the upper arms inside out. Do you feel the shoulder blades moving into your back chest? Okay. All right. So now you have a direct knowledge. That's a valid form of knowledge. So it's pramana. And the direct kind is pratyaksha. Okay. Now take the left hand and hold the opposite arm. So this is where you would get two belts. I'm not going to ask you to do it now, but at home, that's what you should do. All right, now spread the collarbones, and again, roll the upper arms inside out so that you're bringing the shoulder blades into the back, and the outer shoulder blade should go back, and the inner border of the shoulder blade should go forward, so that the dorsal spine between the shoulder blades is moving which way? In, back to front. Right. Okay, release. Stretch the arms. Put the strap on the other arm. Take your left arm to the right upper arm. This is called Paścima, Baddha, Hastāsana. Repeat, Paścima, Baddha, Hastāsana. Paścima is west side. Baddha is bound, Hasta is arm. Binding the arms on the west side of the body, the back side. Front is east. Purva, yeah. Okay, there is a vocabulary sheet in your portal where these words are. Okay, press your thighs back, spread the collarbones, rotate the arms inside out, descend the buttocks. See that you're not poking your navel forward. Very good. Breathe, exhale, and release. Stretch the arms. Okay, now take the hands on the hips, and we're going to go to the wall for this. Nope. But you do need okay, I'm going to be over here so you can, and you guys all be on that wall. All right, so take your right arm, I'll do it with you, I'll do the opposite. Take your right arm like this, parallel to the wall. Get your shoulder against the wall. Yeah, and if the strap is in your way, just move it. Okay, so now we're taking that arm up and back to parallel to the floor. These two positions, okay? 1 and down, 2 and down, and reach your hand on your back. 3 and down, 4 and down, and 5 and down, okay? And now the other side, take the left arm. And as you're doing this, try to keep your chest facing forward. Don't let your chest turn away from the wall. Get your shoulder glued to the wall. Get your shoulder all the way to the wall. And now arm up and forward. Arm up, arm forward, arm up and forward, arm up and forward, arm up and forward, arm up and forward, and release. Other side. Get your shoulder glued to the wall. Touch your shoulder with your fingers. Take your arm up. Now, take your opposite hand, your left hand, and turn the bicep. Reach behind and grab the tricep and roll it in. Roll the tricep away from the wall with your other hand. With your left hand, roll the arm away from the wall, the tricep inward.
Yeah, you want to keep it like this or just?
Keep it on the arm. Yeah, roll it. And now move it back. Yes, and don't let it roll this way. Okay, hold it in place and roll that tricep in. Hold your arm in place and roll the tricep in. This is your tricep down here. Right here. Take your hand on the muscle. There you go. Muscle from this way, not this way. This way. Yes, very important for back bends. Okay, and now do the other side. So now get your shoulder to the wall, reach the arm up, and take your own flesh, your own skin, muscle, and bone. That's it, and roll it in. And don't let your chest roll away from, you see the challenge there? Now release the shoulder blade down. Don't crush. Yes. Okay. Now let go.
That makes a big difference.
Yes, it makes a difference. Okay, now Gomukhāsana. So take the right arm here and place it in the center of your back. Right, so we did Baddha Hastāsana first. All right, now take the left hand on your shoulder and lift it up. Notice how the elbow wants to do that. That's why we use the wall. And then just see, is it possible that you can reach your fingers? I didn't add, no strap yet. Remember, we're trying everything classical first, then adding props. And maybe we won't even add props. Oh, interesting. Okay, now the bottom arm is like what pose that we did already today? Baddha Hastāsana. Paścima Baddha Hastāsana was this. Remember, we started out like this? Okay, so the bottom arm is just a variation of that. Okay, let go, release. Now take your left arm behind your back, use your finger, and get your hand in the center. And you'll notice the shoulder blade is doing what? It's popping out. And that should tell you that the arm is doing something, rolling in. You have to roll the shoulder in forward in order to get the hand higher. It just has to be that way. Then once you get the hand in place, yes, move back. No, I didn't say anything about the top arm yet. We're still working on the bottom arm. You left. Okay, so here you are, like this. I'm asking you to get that hand high up, which means you have to roll the left shoulder in. Then roll the shoulder back, not the elbow, and don't look, and look straight ahead, the extreme corner of the shoulder. Okay, now take your right fingertips to your right shoulder. Lift up and roll the triceps in. Lift up, and see. Is it possible? Can you connect? If you have your 2 fingers, try to get 3. If you have no fingers, just stretch your arm. Yes, this is possible within your lifetime. Yes, yes, it is. Okay. There's 3. Good, very good. Okay, exhale, release.
One significantly different.
Very common.
Yeah.
Very common. So you have to work on the weaker side or the faulty side more often. I'm completely changing my plans. So, okay, now if you know that you have tighter hamstrings, then get blocks. If you can't put your hands on the floor in Parivritta Trikonasana, then get blocks. Quickly. And go back to your place, go to your mat. Okay, now I want you to start out with your left foot near the wall. So this group will have to turn around. Have your foot a few inches away from the wall, parallel to the wall. Less if your foot is smaller, maybe 1 inch. I don't know. Yep. Okay, now separate your feet wider, and wider. Okay. We're doing Parivritta Trikonasana. So that means if you're using bricks, it should be on either side of the right leg. Turn your left leg heel to the wall and turn it in quite deeply and then revolve your right leg out. Press the inner edge of the right foot and outer ankle in, outer shin in. Revolve and face the front leg. Parivritta Trikonasana. Okay, now reach up with your left arm and exhale and go down. 3 times. 1, the other left. Turn your abdomen. Turn. Cross that hand over the right leg. And
movement or just stay?
3 times. 1, 2, 3. On the 3rd time, stay. Okay, now once your hand is down, go back to the feet and pull your femurs to the hip sockets. Pull that left leg forward so to help you turn your trunk more. I don't want to hear any dragon breaths, just normal breath. Okay, so if that's not possible, then you're going to put your hand on a chair. But it should be a stable support and not an unstable support. Now your hand should be as close to the outside of your foot as you can get it. Yes, now outer hips in, left hip forward, and bring the left sideways down and turn your abdomen left to right and get your right shoulder up to the ceiling. So it's like the bottom arm of Gomukhāsana. So what we did before, holding the arms behind the back, the bottom arm of Gomukhāsana, yes, like that, yes. Now roll that shoulder up to the ceiling and then raise the right arm straight up. Okay, good, very good. Breathe, inhale, press into the feet and come up with the left arm forward and the right arm back. Right arm down. There we go. Very good. Okay, step the legs together. Parivritta Trikonasana. On the right, on the left. So have your right foot near the wall. So I just want to point out to you that the classical pose would be no prats, right? And we're using the wall and I'm letting you use a support for the hands. All right, turn the right foot deeply in, turn the left leg all the way out. Press the inner edges of the feet. Be upright. Okay, now take your right arm up. You have to stabilize yourself first. Revolve the pelvis, revolve. Raise the right arm up. So the chair has to be on the other side now. Okay, go 3 to 5 times and then stay. Cross over. Try to keep your knees straight. Turn the abdomen. Turn. Can you cross your leg with your right arm? That's it. All right, now stay. Press your hand down, press into the feet. Don't drop the arch of the right foot. Don't drop the arch of the right foot. Keep pressing the outer right foot. Lift the inner ankle. Sophia, you're dropping the arch of the right foot. Yes, thank you. Now push your right hip forward, your right femur into the hip socket, and revolve your right trunk down to the floor, left shoulder up. Like the bottom arm of Gomukhāsana. Roll that shoulder back. Roll it back. Roll it back. Now look to your left. Okay, raise the left arm straight up. Beautiful. The left, I spoke too soon. Right hip back, left hip forward, right hip back. Sorry, left hip back, right hip forward. Good. Now inhale and come up. Press into the feet. Take your right arm back and step the legs to Tadasana. Okay, very good. Now Virabhadrasana number 1. Virabhadrasana number 1. So let's do it classically first. Stand in the center of your mat. Be in Tadasana. Bring the hands to the chest, bend the knees, jump or step with the feet wide apart. Press the outer feet down, lift the inner legs up. Ascend the front of the pelvis, descend the sacrum and the tailbone, rotate the arms inside out, raise the upper arms, triceps forward, biceps backward, elbows straight, turn the left leg deeply in, turn the right leg to face the rope wall. The legs should be wider apart than they were for Parivritta Trikonasana. Now, keep stretching the arms up. Move the left outer upper arm more forward. Stretch the elbows straight. Move the spine back, abdomen back, and slowly bend the knee and don't let the chest come forward. Bend the knee to a square. Don't let the abdomen protrude. Good puja. Expose the inner upper left thigh. The inner left thigh in the back has to be exposed. Roll it out. Go down, Sophia. Go, go, go. Okay, now inhale, look up, take your head back. Yep, don't throw it. You have to lift the back of the head and neck. And now join the upper arms, forearms, and hands. No, head's back for this one. Yeah. Go down in your square, Gisela. That's it. Stay for a couple of breaths. Don't arch the back, Ruth. Pull the abdomen up. Head goes back, but not, yes. Now, arms apart and head forward. Inhale and come up. Turn the feet to the front and bring the arms down. Stand in Tadasana. So that's a heating pose, right? You're getting warm now. All right, we're preparing for back bends. And so for back bends, twists are really important to start to loosen up the paraspinal muscles, latissimus muscles, and that's why we did Parivrita Trikonasana. Now we're preparing the frontal groins and the armpits. All right, bring the hands to the chest, bend the knees, jump or step wide, rotate, press the outer feet down, lift the inner legs up. Rotate the biceps toward the ceiling. Move the shoulder blades down. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Keep the arms straight. Reach up higher and higher and turn the right leg in, left leg out, and face the gray wall. Now, right here, there's a tendency to arch the back. So lift the skin of the pubis to the navel and turn the right outer upper arm more forward. Keep the elbows firm and start to slowly bend the knee without letting the abdomen come forward. Bend the knee and go down. Bring the left hip down. You may be on the inner edge of your right foot, but don't collapse the arch. Good. Stay down. Go down a little bit more. Yes. Okay, now lift the back of the head and neck and look up, and now join the upper arms, the forearms, and the, no, don't hook the thumbs. Yeah. Use your concentration. Stay in your square. The inner upper back of the right thigh has to expose. It has to roll out. So pull your left hip back and your right hip forward. Straighten the inner right knee. Go down if you can, just a little more. Yes. Okay. Separate the arms. Look straight ahead. Inhale, straighten the leg. Turn to the front. And then jump or step the legs apart. Adho Mukha Śvānāsana, place your hands to the wall. Work on the arms. So I'm giving you support with the hands so that you can lift the inner upper arms up to the shoulders and then rotate the outer arms, the triceps toward the floor. Lift the spine toward the hips, lift the hips higher up, and then gradually step in just an inch with each foot. Turn the inner heels out so the outer edges of the feet are parallel. And lift the inner ankle bones up. Yes, yes, good. And then you try to get your heels. Sophia, your heels are down, but your feet are too close in. So walk the feet back. Don't shimmy like that. You pick up a foot and you deliberately place it. Don't shimmy. Okay, and now step the hands back to the feet and get the heels down. Uttanasana. Put your hands on your hips and come up. All right. Lie on the floor.
Against the wall, it's okay?
Well, actually, we're gonna do Supta Virasana. So just be in Virasana. Just see. So put your knees together and have the feet apart, and then spread the palms and just sit on your hands. So put your fingers behind the knees. No, not like that. So have the fingers facing forward. Smash the calves, then sit down. Get as much of your hand under.
I learned before that you do that, but then you move them out.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, and my teacher doesn't agree with that. So try to be the empty pot instead of the half full pot.
Also,
Come with an open mind and don't compare my teachings to somebody else's.
oh no, it wasn't a comparison, it was a question of what is
I told you what,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So it was a comparison. I learned from somebody else this way, you're doing it this way. If I do that with my teacher, no, you can't do that. You have to take the teacher for their, you can ask after class. Yeah, but if you learn something somewhere else and you're bringing it into this classroom, then you're already having a vritti, that's challenging, and it's like listening with a pot it's like when you fill up a pot, when you want to get water, you want that pot to be empty and you want the pot to be clean and you don't want the pot to leak. So I ask you to come as an empty vessel, a clean vessel without cracks. So the cracked one is the one who can't retain anything. Yeah, fill you up with water, but the water goes away. The dirty vessel is you come in with half-baked ideas or ideas from somewhere else. The full vessel is you think you already know. So I'm just asking you all to just take the teachings and experience for yourself what happens rather than comparing my teachings to somebody else. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I can explain if you're spreading the inner calves out, it's not wrong, but why would you want to twist your muscle? Move the muscle flat backwards and put the pressure on both the inner and the outer shin. The outer shin should go down. Okay, so now you're going to get what you need for Virasana. If it's not possible for you to sit on the floor in Virasana, so Virasana is with feet apart. Yes. Yeah, okay, all right. All right. Now, is there any pain in the knees?
Not pain. Stretching wasn't.
Stretching is okay. Pain is not good.
Is the block okay?
You have to get what you have to get. Yeah. Okay, now the next step is to take the hands behind you. So go to the front edge of your mat, Puja. And then come down to your forearms if you can. We're going to find out how far you can go with the classical pose. So you're going to go to your capacity. Okay, all right, so you're learning. And then if it's possible, you bring the shoulders down. Okay. A little bit. Yeah, it is acceptable to let the knees come apart a little bit. Okay, so there it is. All right, but I see where most of you are, so now we're coming up. All right, come up. And now understand this is the compassion of our guru who invented these props so that this pose would become accessible to nearly everybody. Okay, so get a bolster. Now, if you're already really high up, so I'm going to show you the version for someone like Puja, get another mat quickly. And another bolster. So instead of going from classical to building it up slowly, I'm going to show you the last. No, you cannot, because it will be on the portal.
Okay.
Yeah. So you paid for that video already. Okay. So now this is going to be here. And this is going to be here. Now, fold this like, let's try it like this. Okay. All right, sit down on the chair. Like this way. Sit on the chair, face that way. And put your feet under the chair. Stretch your toes backwards. It's Supta Virasana.
Like this.
Yes. Okay. Okay, good. Now your knees don't touch, so that's what that's for. Okay. Now your ankles. Can you stretch your toes back? How is that? Okay, now can you lie back? So do you see the concept? So let's see. There she is. And I'll show from the side here so that, oh, I can't get it there, but. Okay, so Brenna, you got that? Not that you.
This is, because we've also done it with 3 bowls. right?
Yes,
But this
we're
is
getting
one
there.
step.
This is the last step. This is the easiest way to do Supta Virasana. Now tell me, what are you getting is anything happening in this pose for you?
I feel like I need more,
Under your knees?
yeah, because
Fine, be quiet. Let's get it. Okay. Now, can you press into your legs or not quite?
yes.
Okay, now what's happening as you
So
press?
I can see my ankle, like front side is stretching more,
Right,
and I can see stretch little bit in my calf. And
in your calf. What about the front of the thigh? Nothing?
Not so much. Maybe I will put it more back, left.
The posture itself, everything moving back.
Well, it may be that we have to just work on the ankles first because I'm not sure, but she's almost off the chair. I'm not sure how. Yeah, I mean, we could raise her ankles a little bit. Let's get another blanket.
Roll.
Well, we have to experiment.
Plank under the roll.
You're getting more stretch in your thighs now? All right, forget it. She's ready. She's got it. Okay, is it coming now in the front of the thighs? Okay, so she's fine. All right, so now there are a few stages between the classical and that. All right, so one of them is one bolster. Oh, we could say, okay, 1 blanket, 2 blankets, but we're just going to go with 1 bolster. And now see, you can put, if you have tight ankles, it's always a good idea to have a little shelf for your ankle. So Gisela, you will need that, I think. I don't know about the rest of you. Maybe you can try it with just the, also it's nice to have a soft pad for the knees. Okay, so try this. Try Supta Virasana. Put spread your calves and then push them toward the heels. Yes. You can sit down on the very tip edge of the bolster, but no. So it should be, like that. So that when you lie down, your tailbone is on that bolster. Push the bolster farther back. Farther back, and put your hands behind you and find out what is possible.
How much on the bolster? That deep?
No,
No?
like you're just the tip of the tailbone.
Oh,
Yeah, we're checking.
Yeah.
Oh, and you say, oh, okay, look at that. Do I dare? Do I dare? Okay, so if you have to make a face like that, then it's not right. Okay,
150.
so you have to add something.
Brenna did it.
Yeah,
And she put like one for me, one poster like this, and
Yeah.
on top another poster, but little bit bad. And it was good. Like
Okay, we can try that next. So you can come out and you can go get a third bolster. That's another way. Okay, so you got, it's not, but it's not sustainable because of the arch of the, come up. Okay, so if you're arching your back a lot, then you need a little bit more support, or you need a lot more support. So you build it up.
You want always to keep them this close?
No, you can let that go a little bit.
Fully always closed,
You're doing a great job.
but and probably speaking in consideration of different.
No, you can do it. Why not? We can put if I put a rope there, you could do it. Yes. And outer hips in. So try to lift the pelvis and feel how that affects the outer hips. No, not with your arms. Yes. Now take the arms over the head. There you go. Are you happy? Yes. Right. So this is the compassion of our guru. Don't forget, because people think that these props are just, I don't know what they think about it, but it's because people can't do the classical poses and because he found a way to help all kinds of people. Now stretch the arms over your head. Why are you getting up?
Well, I will need something for here.
Do you? What happens without it?
Am I arching this? This is correct?
It's not incorrect, and we're going toward back bends.
Oh,
Yeah, so you're going to start to open the cervical spine. So stretch your arms over your head, hold your elbows. What's going on, Sophia? Oh, yeah, so for your arms. I asked you to get a third bolster.
One more.
Yes. There's one right there. Just use that. Now put it the long way, like this. And get another block. So this is another way. Okay, so you should never think, oh, you know, the pose is done with the one bolster, you know, one strap, two blocks. You have to think about the shape of the pose and how you can support yourself in it and what's not working. No, sit. What's it for?
So I think a gap here, going back.
Sit down on that bottom, okay, sit down on the, okay, you can't sit on the bottom bolster? Okay, we can, then the gap you have to sit like that. There, now see. Now see, can you go back? See? More intense or less intense than the chair? Yes, now take the arms over your head and stretch. Now, when you hold the upper arms, it's called what? Very good, Baddhānguliyasana. So when we hold the upper arms behind the back, it's called Paścima Baddhānguliyasana, but this is just Urdhva Baddhānguliyasana, upward, over the head. Now rotate your outer upper arms to the ceiling to connect the arm to the socket. It looks good, Gisela. And then pull the elbows away from the trunk, keeping that rotation. Fine. Now stretch your arms again, and then change the cross. So we all have a habitual way, even if we don't practice this pose often, we have a habitual way of holding the upper arms. You have to make sure that you change. Rotate the outer armpits to the ceiling and then pull the elbows away from the trunk so that the entire trunk stretches. Press into the feet, the ankles, the shins, and move the tailbone toward the knees. Be active with your legs. Stretch the front of the hip. Breathe, exhale, and consider what this pose is good for. Supta Virasana. Certainly. And what else? The front of the legs, the front of the, all right. What about the physiological body? Yes, for certain. You're stretching the colon, stretching the intestines. Anything else? Focus?
I feel like more when everything is not moving, I feel like I can focus.
Okay, great. Well, okay, does anybody feel a stretch in the ovaries and the uterus region? Okay, you're coming out now. Release the arms. All right, but before you come out, you stay so everyone can see your setup. Okay. So come up and look at and look to the side at, take your arms over your head again. And how I set that up. Okay, so she was unable to put, when she put her buttocks down on that lower bolster, her knees splay way apart. So that was not good. We want the knees to be in line to the hips. So I raised the seat, then I used a sandwich bolster and another bolster, and then supported this to make the angle. If it was restorative, I would support the head. Why? Because taking the head this way is stimulating to the central nervous system. But when we're getting ready for back bends, we need that.
And I think that's why I asked you the question, because
You can ask.
to put a blanket here, you would do it that way for restorative.
For restorative. Yeah, yes.
When I was close, usually I'm squeezing my buttocks to try to open and push more, as opposed to relaxing into the pose and kind of let this pose. What is your recommendation?
Yes, it's active in the outer. So you shouldn't be squeezing the buttocks together, but when you press the feet, ankles, and shins, your gluteus medius, this is what should contract, not the maximus.
So I should relax the maximus and, or,
Yeah, you don't want to grip it too much.
so I should then do something under the seat to lift the hips to get.
Yes, possibly. Yeah, that's why. I mean, I was saying, you know, the best is if you can catch the tailbone. You see?
But I'm so tight in front of my hips that even if I put something under here, unless I'm actively pushing, it'll just kind of.
Well, I suspect that you're already working. Yeah, so you don't need to. I don't want you to grip your buttocks too much. There is a little bit of the buttocks moving this way, but it shouldn't contract this way. Should be like the outer femur heads going in from the action of the legs. So there's a, yes?
Oh, I have a question.
I think she's done.
So when I do it, I always feel like this poster should like stuck to this part of your body, or there should be a gap.
The bolster is to push your sacrum. So the thing is that when you're doing these back arches, this skin has to go down. You have to elongate. If you start gripping and lifting from here, you're going to cause all kinds of problems. So having that bolster in your sacrum encourages it to go away from the ribs and into the body.
So this is the thing, like
You feel a gap?
this gap here, right here. Should this?
Come up.
I'm confused about it. When I go back.
Go now. Lift your hips. Yes. Better?
So there shouldn't be gap.
No.
That's what I.
No, there shouldn't. I mean, ultimately, okay, can you do the pose with a gap like that? Sure. But you just have to observe what's going to happen. So I can do it like this, but now I'm arching my low back. And I want this. I want as much length as possible, not this. This is working toward, there is a pose where you do this and you start to, you know, go arch back, you know, like this. But that's a different pose. This is Supta Virasana. Okay. Now, come to Adho Mukha Śvānāsana. Lift your heels up and push your spine forward until you're in a plank. Then go back. Lift the heels up, Move the hips and spine forward until you're in a plank, and then lower yourself to the ground. Slowly. Okay, good. All the way down. Place your hands by the low ribs. Find your floating ribs. Spread the palms. Lift all the way up to Adho Mukha Śvānāsana, any way you can. Okay, and we're doing it again. So you're going to take a second in Caturaṅga Daṇḍāsana. So raise the heels, move the hips and spine forward, look forward. Now slowly bend the elbows and hold by the sides of the ribs. Get your shoulders down and then go down. Okay, so what happens in this pose? Some of you can do it very well. So now watch these two. Go. All the way up. And then go forward. And Caturaṅga Daṇḍāsana. So buttocks a little lower. Yeah, abdomen higher. Yes, good. Chin forward, look forward, and down. Okay, so that's Caturaṅga Daṇḍāsana. The body is parallel to the ground. You're not lifting the chest, not lifting the buttocks. So what happens when we don't have the arm strength? We either lift the chest or the buttocks. Let's see you do, Sophia. Just Sophia. Okay. So here she is in dog pose. Now coming forward. Look forward. Eyebrows forward. Bend the elbows. Stop. Okay, now lower the sacrum, tailbone. Yes. And lift the inner knees. Yes. And now down. Wonderful. Okay, but not everybody can do that, right? So stand up and then take your hands to the wall at about chest height. So stand 4 or 5 boards away from the wall. All right, now raise the heels and do a wall push-up. And when you come close to the wall, keep your body like a board and lift the pubic bone to the navel. So you're contracting the abdomen. Then push away, go toward the wall, lift the pubis to the navel, shoulders back. Come back. Sophia, take your feet apart. Yeah, raise the heels, go forward. Yeah, spread the collarbones. Don't stick your abdomen forward, Gisela. Move your, yeah, go. All right, just keep going. Do 5. I'm watching your form. Yeah, yeah, good. Do again. Take your hands a little bit higher. Yeah, now spread here. Yes, now you got it. Go back and keep these ribs back. Go. Back. Go. Back. Go. Back. Now you're taking it, you're doing that. You're arching here. No, see, when you take your shoulders back, you're just tilting your upper, your rib cage. I want you to spread here. Yeah. So this is what you need to do every day to strengthen your arms. All right, and the form matters. Can I just show? Okay.
Sure.
All right, so so here, right? You see the problem? I'm just arching my back. So I want you to lift here, and instead of this, move the bottom side ribs back. So there's a contraction of the abdomen. So you have to learn how to spread the collarbone and open the chest without doing this with the ribs. Do 5 more, slowly.
What you said about the ribs, move it back.
Did you see the demonstration?
Yes, yes.
What did you see?
You said you don't have, because I am doing like this.
Yeah, yeah.
So instead of this, I have.
Keep yourself straight. Bend the elbows. Bend. Go closer. Go like an inch toward the wall. Yes, and now push away without pushing the ribs forward. Yeah. Push away and keep these ribs back. Yes, do you see? You have to bring okay, look here. The bottom ribs And the pubis, no, let's say the pelvic bones and the bottom ribs have to keep their connection instead of letting this happen. So when we're weak in the core, you just do this, right? You have to keep this core, imagine 2 strings right here, not strings, cords. And they're not gonna let you do this, because what does that do? It just overworks lumbar spine, yeah. Okay, 2 more. Strengthening?
Yeah. Like
Okay,
this
don't
feels
worry.
like easy.
Yes, we're gonna get there.
Oh, okay, just wanted to.
I have to make sure that people can do the easiest form with the correct actions, and then we go to more strain. How would you're having? Yeah,
For now.
yes, for now. Or you could learn to press more in the fingers and lift the heel of the hand more away from the wall. No fingertips. Flat. Yeah, okay, now these ribs have to go in. Spread the collarbones. Where are they? Are they here? Yes, better, much better. Okay, now fine. All right, so now we're going to the floor. Good, you feel, all right, now, Sophia. If you have wrist pain, here's another compassion thing. Put the bolster down. Yeah, let's just have the bolster down like this. All right. All right. Now you're going to put your hands, lie down, abdomen down, the other way, face the center of the room. Get your pubic bone and your chest on the bolster. Go forward on the bolster. Yes. Now place your heel of your hand. Yeah, elbows in. Go forward on the bolster until your forearms are perpendicular. Yes. Okay, now pressing into the feet is really important, and lifting the inner knees. Okay, and now come up. Go down. On the floor. So you put too much of your hand on the board. Just the heel. Yeah, just the heel. Yeah, now is that okay? Okay, now lift up and see how that puts more weight into the fingers and down. Yeah, okay. All right, so now your turn. Oh my God. Everybody's got a wrist problem. Yeah, but you know, I'm trying to get you to learn classical poses. So I want you to learn the proper action so that you don't have to rely on the prep. It may be that your forearm is really tight, you know, yeah. Okay. What? So is this helping you? Okay, good. So learn to bear more weight in the fingers. Take the hands a little forward. Yeah, elbows into the sides of the trunk. Elbows push into the sides of the trunk. Now you're lifting your chest. You have to lift from the center of the abdomen, from right here. No, not the chest. You keep your shoulders down. Look forward, just here. Yes, now we're getting it. Down. One more. Yes, and down. Now you're getting it. Okay, pause. Take a belt and put the belt around your bottom ribs. You've got one. Yeah, I don't need to do it. Well, get the bottom ribs. Did you catch how to do that? You did it. Okay, you kept it. All right. So find your bottom ribs. Right there. Fine. All right, now lie down. Is that really where
Lower
you're?
than everybody else's, but that's good.
Yep, that's your, a little bit higher, just a little higher. Okay, interesting. Okay, now lie down on your abdomen. Okay, now feel where this belt is in the back, and that's where you lift from. That's the part that has to come up first. Just right here, lift. Yeah, just to plank. So from here, yeah, and down. And from here. Yes, exactly. Your chest should not go higher than the strap here. No, I know. Okay, so I'm helping you. Nope. Keep your shoulders down. Lift your navel up. Yes. Okay. Well, you have to work on it. In time, it will come. Abdomen to the ceiling. Better and down. And like a board. Good. Up. Now you're also lifting from your shoulders.
Am I?
Yes. Keep your inner knees tight and lift from here. This part has to go up. You'll get it in time. Did you see the tendency to lift from the shoulders? Great, you got it. Okay, so that's just something that you have to work on. Otherwise, but you will not be hurt. You're not going to be hurt if you lift from your shoulders. Just build up your strength for that. Okay, so now we're moving on. So Caturaṅga Daṇḍāsana is the foundation of all the back bends. So I just want you to be in place here. We're not going to go up or down. Just stay in place in Caturaṅga Daṇḍāsana. Spread your hands, spread the fingers, and bring the hands back so there's more weight into the fingers and the forearms are perpendicular to the floor. Lift the inner knees. Yes, make those, the leg work is important, and push the heels toward into the body. You want your femurs to go into the hips. Okay, now the back of the upper arm has to go to the elbow. The bicep has to go to the tip of the shoulder. That's the bottom part, the part that's facing the floor. And the outer corners of the shoulder should be broad, and then chin forward and dorsal spine in, and knees firm, absolutely firm. And then release. Head's a little bit high. What's your question? Why? Oh, because they do it all the time and they do it wrong. And people wreck their shoulders. So how did it feel? Okay, strengthening. Okay, it should be stabilizing to the shoulder joint.
Nice.
Yes, yes. Okay, so why is this the found? Go on.
If someone has a problem, they can
Just,
move this on the bolster.
yes, why not?
Strengthen.
Yes. I mean, you're doing something, right? You can strengthen their legs. They can push the upper arms back and strengthen the shoulder blade muscles. Trapezius, it has to go back toward the hips. Okay, so this is the foundation of all the back bends. Because it teaches the leg action. You have to roll the front of the thighs in and lift the inner legs up. Do it again. Be in place. So lift the inner knees. Move the navel toward the spine. Move the pubis to the navel to the sternum. Spread the collarbones. Move the shoulder blades toward the back ribs. Top shoulder blade toward the bottom shoulder blade. Broaden the collarbone. Pull the back of the arm to the elbow. Release. Okay, so those actions are important in many back bends, especially the leg part and the torso part. The arms will be changing in different versions. Okay, so now Urdhva Mukha Śvānāsana. Can we try it without props? Urdhva Mukha Śvānāsana without props. So you can start Face the center of the room. Start at the, I don't know, have your feet in the center. Take the arms to Urdhva Hastāsana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Place your hands down, step back to Adho Mukha Śvānāsana. Now get the arms really straight. You can use the board if you need it. Lift the heels up, move the hips forward and down. Arms straight, legs straight. No, Urdhva Mukha Śvānāsana, chest up. No, toes in, toes forward. Yes, Y. Inhale, come up. Everybody wants to rush to get the toes back, and it's really important that you start this with your toes forward, because you have to get the inner knees up, and it's hard to lift the inner knees. So now lift the inner knees, bring the quadriceps to the bone. Now can you press into the inner rim of the hands, the index finger, and broaden the shoulders? And now lift the sternum up higher and higher and higher. Good. And now Adho Mukha Śvānāsana. Step forward, Uttanasana, and stand up. Okay. Now have your 2 blocks.
Happening. It's too much.
Can I see you do the pose? Okay, I ask you not to shimmy your feet like this, but to be precise and pick up a foot. All right, so there you are. Right now, move your spine forward, lift the heels, lift the inner knees, bring the hips down. Okay, so now you have to roll. Don't grip. The backs of the thighs have to spread out. Yes, now is it better? Oh, you always have to look at a person's pose and find out if they're how they're performing the actions before you just throw props at them. Sometimes it's a matter of a correct action or instruction. Yeah. Okay, now you have your bricks. So now just put your hands on bricks. Move. And this is Caturaṅgāsana. So there's a difference between Caturaṅga, Daṇḍāsana, the 4-limb pose, and the 4-limb staff. Danda is staff, and this is the 4-limb pose, Caturaṅgāsana. All right, Caturaṅgāsana is what we're in now. Now bring your hips forward, straighten the knees, and then straight, and keep the arms straight. Lift up. Okay, so how does it help? Yes. Okay, now your hands should be in line with your bottom ribs or your pelvis. So go forward. Yes, under the shoulders. Shoulders and wrists in line. Okay, go back to Adho Mukha Śvānāsana. Come forward and get your hips down and go. Chest up. Now legs. Lift the inner knees. Roll the backs of the thighs inside out. Widen the collarbones. Yep. Shoulder blades down. Don't throw the head yet. Lift the sternum higher and higher. Now, is the abdomen sinking? Can you lift the abdomen? Lift the abdomen. Okay, now pull the abdomen back and come to dog pose. Go. Urdhva Mukha Śvānāsana. Roll the biceps inside out. Get the shoulder blades flat against the back. Inner knees up, knees straight. Shoulders back. Lift from the navel. Doesn't it feel better on your back when you do that? You let the navel hang. Come on, lift your abdomen. Lift the abdomen. Okay. Now watch. See if you can get a good view. Go over here a little bit more. So if the abdomen is going like this kills my back. Hurts. Can you see there's a part of my lumbar spine?
Yes,
So-
Okay, now watch. Is it different?
Mhm.
You do look like you're gripping your butt. Is that the tricep pushing?
It's here. It's just here. It's not the big muscle. It's just here. I'm trying to pull the femurs in the hip socket and then get the abdomen and to get the spine to lift. Yes. Yeah. But the lengthening through the back is a reaction. It's a response. Yes. Yes. To the lift of the pubis, navel, sternum. Okay. Now, yeah, go ahead and try that. And Pooja, I'm going to give you another way. Where's that water you drank? Are you okay? Put your pelvis on there. Put your hands here. Okay, put a bolster in front of the blocks. Did it feel different and different?
It definitely felt different.
Okay.
I can, less compression of low back, but I kind of like compression of the back, but it might be a
Oh, yes. Do not do that. Do not do that. In front of your block. Look at how I've done with Pooja. Okay, now Pooja, straighten your arms. Put your thighs up on that bolster. Straighten the arms. Or start on your hands and knees. Can you get on your hands and knees? Yep. Okay, now bring your knees in closer. Tuck the toes under. Tuck the toes under. And then bring your buttocks toward the bolster. Yep. Can you rest on that bolster? And straighten the knees. Feet more wide apart. Yes. Okay, now it doesn't look comfortable to her. Can you press your arms straight? No?
I think the shoulder is, I feel like the shoulder is not adjusting.
Okay, I'm going to show you another way. If you can't straighten your arms there, then go get another chair. So the concept is if the person is having difficulty or they have weakness in the upper body, you support the hands and you can go higher and higher and higher. Okay, so have another chair facing. Okay, and now put your hands on the chairs. Step back, raise the heels, and pull the hips forward. Urdhva Mukha Śvānāsana. There you go. Do you see? Come up. Can we get one more? Raise the heels, bring the buttocks forward, chest up, keep the arms straight, roll the shoulders back, tailbone down, abdomen up. Good. Exhale and go back. Okay. So what does that do? It reduces the weight on the arms because of the, yes. And and also if someone has shoulder pain, arms wider.
The shape.
Yeah, the shape looks great.
I have to remember every time to make this wider because it starts collapsing when the weight gets on.
Yes.
It starts giving the.
And then this is the wrong way. This is the way that goes toward injury. Okay, so now I'm just going to put this over here and maybe it will be better. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
or edge and pubis.
Yep. Now spread the collarbones maximum and try to create length between the sacrum and the bottom ribs. Okay, so shoulders back. Okay, now the length, can I touch you? Has to go from here and here. This has to lift. Is it okay? Okay, now lift the inner knees, straighten the knees more and more and more. Move the femurs to the hip sockets, shoulders back. Yeah, abdomen up. All right, and exhale and release. There should not be pain in the back. Was there?
No, but I lost the feeling of squeezing it in when I straighten my legs because I have
Tight, yes, yes.
So is it better to bend the legs a little and keep this, or straighten the legs and let this go a little bit?
You need more height.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can do both actions because you need both actions. Put in a, try like this and let's see. Okay, okay, another bolster. Now the arms won't be long enough. Okay, that's not working. Okay, stand up. All right. Okay, so she was unable, do the pose like you were. Okay, now get the thighs down if you can. Yeah, that's it. Now that's not too bad.
If I bend my knees, then I can squeeze that.
Yeah.
belly.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so do it again. Do it again. How's that?
Great.
Yeah. So you have to get both of these actions. Yeah, in her psoas, yeah. Yeah, so you have to work on Supta Virasana and Virabhadrasana 1 and all of those things that open the front of the psoas. And then you have to decide how to do. You don't want to hurt your back. So if you don't straighten the knees, you're not going to hurt your back, but you know, you do want to get the femurs into the hip side.
Okay, so in the meantime, should I not practice this pose until I get open enough, or should I just allow the knees to bend until I can?
I would let the knees bend. Yeah.
And you were doing it okay with one grip and no bolster, right?
It's always the same. I think.
No. Okay. So what she was doing was what I demonstrated with the abdomen hanging. Yeah. And the strain on the low back. Yes.
It's not a little bit.
Right.
I can't really do this, or if I do this, then it bends the knees.
Okay. So you could also raise up on chairs. You can practice it with your hands higher. You know, if you have 2 benches at home or whatever, 2 stools, just start. I do it sometimes at the side of the pool. You know, just put my hands like this. I mean, if you do, come over here and just try it. Okay, now, no. There.
So here, the back is fine,
Yep.
and then it goes into my back.
Okay. All right. So see, her buttocks is coming up. Okay, now do.
Now, great.
Yeah. So this has to be down.
Yeah.
Lift your chin. Yeah. Now we're getting a stretch in the psoas as well. Lift your inner knees. Breathe. Okay. Exhale and release. I don't have a single answer for you. You have to work on Supta Virasana. You just have to work on Supta Virasana. Okay, now we're going to the wall for, well, actually, no. Okay, so tidy up your space, take all the props off of it. We're going to come back to props, but I just want a cleaner look. Lie on your abdomen. Get away from the wall. All right, Śalabhāsana. So move your, lift your right leg and roll it in. Lift the left leg, roll it in and put it down. Okay, now move your pubis toward your navel. Okay, stretch your arms behind you by your sides. Palms up. All right, inhale, raise your chest. Raise your chest, and lift your arms in line to the hips, and then stretch back. And now raise your thighs. Don't bend the knees at all. Śalabhāsana, breathe. Reach back, 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 and exhale and come down. Okay, so some of you have a tendency to turn. Okay, so
Put a blanket.
yes, first thing is a blanket. If you're skinny, if you're having pain, you know, from the bones pressing, the first prop you add is a blanket. Okay. Now, the second thing is your legs are rolling. Lift your right toe, right foot. Left. I'm going to see if this will work. I've never actually tried this, but roll the feet inward. Toes in. Okay, and now try again. Lift the, okay, and lift the outer shoulders. Head up. And don't jam the neck, but move the sternum and chin forward. Yes, good. Could I adjust you? So I'm going to put my hands in here and lift you up. You can go in and out a few times.
What's wrong if you feel?
Okay, if you're jamming in your lower back, then okay, your buttocks is probably coming up toward your ribs. Okay, so raise your chest. Oh, this way.
Oh,
Is it better?
no.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you see that was the same adjustment that I gave to
Uh-huh.
Rose? Yeah, don't do that.
No.
No, go up. Yeah, so yeah, if the core is weak, you're just gonna jam here. You have to lift the out. Yeah, that's right. That's good. And come down. Okay, do you want an easier way? Okay, all right. Come to the wall. So notice the importance of the heels lifting, like we did with Caturaṅga Daṇḍāsana at the wall. You lift the heels to watch first, and then I'm taking my abdomen to the wall. Okay, now this is the first thing. We want to create maximum distance between the sacrum and the back ribs. So not this. Do you see how I'm shortening that distance? So now I'm now lift the pubis to the navel and lengthen the low back and pull the arms down like Caturaṅga Daṇḍāsana. Do the same thing. So feet away from the wall. Yeah, knees straight. And then what happens? You're back. So you have to get closer to the wall. Yeah. Toes in. Okay. Yeah. Take your abdomen to the wall. Yes. And this has to go down. Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Knees straight. Lift the heels higher and higher and higher. Is it better?
Mm-hmm.
This is why I don't want you to contract and lift your buttocks. Is it okay?
As soon as you left, it went to the same thing.
Okay. All right.
Which is not painful, but I'll just bend the legs for now.
If it's not painful, straighten your legs. Yeah, try to find a medium. Because you got to stretch your hamstrings too. Yeah, the leg action is really important. Do again. Okay, now lift your heels, get your abdomen all the way to the wall. So you picked a place where. All right, now. Can you take your arms behind, like in Śalabhāsana? Yes, good. Now turn your palms toward the wall. Turn your upper arms inside out, and now reach your hands down your legs. Yes. Head back. Exhale, release. Yes, right. Okay, so then it goes to Sophia, you can show. See how nice and soft her buttocks is? Okay, and now reach back to your inner thighs, crawl down toward your knees, crawl, crawl, crawl. And remember, you're gonna lift these ribs away from your sacrum. And this is going down. Okay, and exhale and release. Okay, so try again. I'll adjust you. Anybody else who's having low back, are you? I'll adjust every one of you. Okay. All right, can step away from the wall. Let's try just a little. Feet more apart. feet more apart. Now go, bring your pelvis to the wall, or abdomen rather. Yeah, raise the heels. Okay, stretch the arms back. Yeah. Is it okay? Reach your hands to your thighs. That's it. Head back. I'm leaving. Don't stay too long. I'm putting my hands on your buttock. Is it okay? Is this a good adjustment? So I'm lifting your dorsal. Yeah. I'm leaving. Okay, Giselle, do you want an adjustment? No, no, not hands to the wall.
What?
Not hands to the wall like that. First, toes in. Yeah, lift your heels up. Yeah, now reach back. So head back. I'm going to support your dorsal and then push your yeah. Arch. Reach. Reach. How is it?
Good.
Okay, come up. Okay. Get ready. I'm coming to you. Heels out, Ruth. Yes. Reach your arms straight. Straight. Yes. Now remember, we're lengthen. Lift off my head. Don't jam into my head. Okay, I'm coming out. You have to keep lifting from here. Lift and lift and lift. Do you see how that makes a difference? Okay, inhale and come up. Okay, feet wider. So anybody who has problems with the low back, you have to let the legs go wider. Say shoulders. All right, go. Buttocks forward, abdomen to the wall. That's it. Now, can you reach your arms back and turn the hands like this? Yes, very good. This has to go down. The back ribs have to go up. Lift your heels higher and higher and higher. Arch, arch, head back. Knees straight. Okay, how is it? Turn. Arms have to be like this. Okay, now come out. Take your chest forward. Heels down. Okay on your back or not? Okay. Core work?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now we're going to just continue with this a little bit. So many ways. There are other ways that you can do Śalabhāsana. So the last way is have a bolster for the tops of the thighs and then have a folded blanket for your abdomen. The last way that we're going to work on today. Come a little bit closer this way so the camera can catch. Hold it one more time. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Now lie down with your abdomen, your navel on the blanket and your top thigh. Yeah, you might have to move the blanket a little bit. All right, top of the thigh there on the bolster. Right, come forward more. Get your pubis more toward the blanket. Yep. Okay, now can you lift your arms behind you? Okay, now I'm going to adjust your buttocks, okay? All right, you raise your hand, your shoulders higher. Yes, is it okay? That's what we want. Lift the inner knees. Yeah, don't harden the buttocks. Yes. And I'm leaving and release. So I would like you to put your pubic bone more to the front of the bolster and get your abdomen to rest on the bolster. This is for the top of the thigh, for the thigh. Now your abdomen should go there. Is your abdomen? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now here's the adjustment. Yeah. Right. Śalabhāsana. Come more forward on the bolster so your pubic bone is more down. There we go. Good. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Turn your upper arms. Widen the collarbones and reach back. Reach back. Okay, and down you come. Okay, you can also put your feet to the wall and that helps too, but we're not going to review that version. Okay, now lie on your back. Well, actually, one more time, I want you to do Śalabhāsana with no props. You can have it with a blanket, only a blanket for your pelvis. Śalabhāsana means locust. Śalabhāsana 1. Okay, all right, roll the fronts of the thighs in, spread the backs of the thighs out, outer corners of the buttocks into the body, and then inhale and come up. Now spread the collarbones, lift the front thighs, widen the collarbone. Good, Puja. Lift your thighs. Breathe. Legs higher, chest lower. Yes, exhale, come down. Okay, lie on your back. Now here's another Catuṣ. So Chat is 4, Chatur is 4. Isn't that right? Do you know, it's Chatur. Chatur is 4. So it comes up in Caturaṅga Daṇḍāsana, 4 anga, 4 limb staff, which we did from Adho Mukha Śvānāsana. Then Caturaṅgāsana, no Danda, Caturaṅgāsana, 4 limb pose is just this, hands and knees. Caturaṅgāsana. Now, Catuṣ, Pādāsana, 4 limbed. No, sorry, Catuṣ, Pādāsana, 4-legged. Because when it's a liaison, Chatur to Pada, it's not Chatur Pada, they say Catuṣ. Because it wouldn't sound right otherwise. Okay, so now have your feet parallel and bring your heels close to your buttocks. Take your hands by the sides of the mat and grip the edges of the mat. Press the inner heels down and lift the pelvis. Now, once you get your pelvis, your buttocks upward, I want you to roll each arm inside out and bring the shoulders closer together. Outer shoulders press down, and then lift the buttocks higher and move the top of the shin bone back toward your head so that the back chest lifts more. And then press more into the arms and lift higher up. Inner heels down, outer shins up. Exhale and slowly come down. Oh, very good. Pretty good. Very good for the first run. Okay, now, those of you, no, I'm not going to ask you to do that. So now go again. Press into the inner heels, lift the back chest to the front chest. Top of the shin bone back. Okay, now those of you who can, hold the ankle. You have to lift the buttocks. Lift your buttocks higher, top shin bone back. Lift your back ribs, but keep a distance between the sacrum and the bottom ribs. That distance has to be maintained in back bending. Those of you who can, hold the ankles and go up. You know, if it's not possible to hold the ankles, turn the palms toward the ceiling and step on the fingers. Okay, Ruth, not bad. Now, can you move your shins backward? Yeah, press into the heels, outer thighs toward the knee. Beautiful. Beautiful. Stay like that. And exhale. Very good. And come down. Okay. Now, there's another way of doing this for people who are older, or if you have a back pain, or if you have a tendency toward back pain. So now put your mat to the wall and put 2 blocks so long for your feet. And you're going to elevate the feet. And this is going to give more space for the low back. So this might be a good way for you to practice. The other way. All right, and get your buttocks in close and lie on your back. Get your buttocks close to the bricks, as close as possible. Okay, now start by holding on to the edges of the mat. And then go up with all the actions I've already given you. Tuck the shoulder blades in, tuck them in. Press the arms down. Lengthen from the outer hip to the knee so you're not splaying your knees apart. Yes, so there should be the feeling that the outer hips are going up and the crotch is going down. It's better for the back. So how is this different? How does it feel different?
Feel more on my leg when I put like the left leg when I put.
There's more muscle strain right
Yeah.
now.
Okay. Doesn't it feel better on your back though?
It does, yeah.
So it's
Less strain
okay.
on the back.
Yeah, more on the legs and less on the back. Yes, that could be, because you're getting your buttocks higher. More weight on, certainly, more weight on the shoulders. Yeah, so you're getting, yes. If somebody has a knee problem, yes, I would take them with their feet up. And sometimes when you try to get the knees parallel for people, it hurts their knees. So you have to make sure they're pressing the inner edge of the heel down, they're moving the front shin back. And because these are the actions that are for the spine. But if the knees are in alignment, it should be okay. Yeah.
Pulling my shoulder blades back, I still feel tightness. Not a pinch, but almost a pinch.
Let me see you do the pose. Do it again. Don't lie around. Okay. This has to lift a little bit. The cervical spine should lift a little bit. Don't jam it.
Okay.
Better?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, don't just jam your neck spine down, your cervical spine. The cervical spine should actually lift up. And it's not easy to do. Okay, come down. All right, now go and get a chair. And move the blocks off of your mat. Put your blocks away. And be as quiet as you can with the chairs. Okay. Any other sounds that get you?
I could just really tight these up. Sometimes these.
These,
I think it's off.
yeah, okay. All right, put the chair against the wall. And quickly, we don't have much time. Have a blanket. To make it more stable. May as well get an extra mat to put on the seat of the chair just to make it easier. Okay, and lie down and put your feet on the chair. Get your buttocks almost under the seat of the chair, and then press your toes down and be on the inner heels and lift your buttocks up. Catuṣ Pādāsana with the legs on the chair. Okay. Now press your arms down, lift the back chest to the front chest, move your sacrum away, lift it up away from your back ribs. Good. And exhale and come down. Okay, now roll to the side and come up. Get one of these blankets and put this for your neck and your shoulders, your head down here. Oh, actually that won't work. You're gonna need a few of these blankets because we're gonna put the arms in Sarvāṅgāsana. Bless you. Probably two Mexican, here, let's try this. Two Mexican, quickly, we're almost done. Get close to the chair. Yep. a few inches, a little bit more away, don't have, yeah, I'd say 3 or 4 inches from the chair. A little closer. Yeah, okay. Now lie on your back. All right, head on the floor. Go up, press your heels down. Now put your hands on your back like for Sarvāṅgāsana, not like that. Yeah, walk your shoulders in closer. Yes. Your shoulders have to be on the support, so you might have to move the support a little farther away. There you go. Now, yeah, hold on to the legs of the chair. Perfect. And you tuck your shoulders in. Tuck the shoulders in. Can you hold the legs of the chair? Not quite. Okay, get a little closer. Can you hold the legs of the chair? Okay, good. Lift the buttocks higher. Okay, now, keeping the buttocks lifted, put your hands on your back like for shoulder stand. Put your hands on your back with your fingers on your back. No, okay. No, the shoulders, okay, all right, this isn't gonna work for you. So we're gonna use a different kind of a setup. And then find out, can you bring your hips forward and come to shoulder stand?
No,
Nope,
sorry.
okay. Can you,
I think it was.
okay. Hold on to, yeah, I don't know, you have to get your shoulders on more. There, okay, now try. Can you hold on to the chair? Probably not. Okay. Then go to shoulder stand. I'll lift the back chest to the front chest. Rose, can you raise your legs up? We're nearly done. Now you pull that strap and lift, and you don't raise your legs, you just lift your hips. Okay. Try again. Okay, now you can kick one leg at a time and come to shoulder stand. Can you get your buttocks in? Back ribs in? Back ribs in? Okay, now bend the right, take the right leg toward the wall and the left leg toward the middle of the room. Bend the right knee and bring your leg to the chair. Come on, bring the leg to the chair. Bring the foot down. Okay, now the other foot. No, both legs down. Okay, now go up again. Lift the buttocks up. Take the left buttocks up, left leg back, right leg forward. This is back, not too much forward. And now lift here, lift the sacrum and take the leg to the chair. The left, yes, and then the right. Okay, and then if you can do both at the same time, you have to stabilize your arms first. Get your arms stable, get your elbows in. Okay, and now I'll try to help you with both legs. You have to move from the hips first, ready? That was one leg at a time. Bend your knees. Now lift the knees to the ceilings and there it is. And now come forward and knees straight. Lift the knees, there you are. Okay, now bend the knees. Move your thighs up to the ceiling and your toes down. There we go. And then move your hips and thighs forward, knees up and straighten the leg. Come up. Both legs are the same. Okay, both legs. There you go. Okay, if you're cooked, we're done. Okay, now I see what you're doing and that's not wrong. This is good too. Have your legs in low back Shavasana. And we'll end like that. So now you get off of the support. Get you have to roll to the side first. It's teaching you to drop back from shoulder stand to Setu Bandha. Yes, on your syllabus. On the syllabus we're all studying in this series. Okay, yes, just relax with your legs on the chair. I'm going to turn out the lights and I'm going to stay quiet. I want you to quieten your own embodiment, quieten your limbs, quieten your face, and then be in Shavasana. Does anybody have any back pain? Excellent. Let me give you a heads up. Go ahead. Let the skin boundaries dissolve. To try to notice the surface of the skin and where the skin starts and where the air starts. It's not so easy to determine. Let that boundary become fuzzy. Let the awareness spread throughout the embodiment. So the body is made up of so many materials, and each of these materials, each of the organs is made up of tissues. And the tissues are made up of cells. The cells have organelles within them, and inside the inside of the organelles are molecules. And within molecules, there are atoms. And in the atom, there are subatomic particles. protons, neutrons, electrons. And between those particles is mostly space. So let your body become like a vast expanse of space. With particles. And go beyond the empirical eye, bringing the awareness closer, deeper inside toward the seer, be in the witnessing state. After your next exhalation, slowly open the eyes, bring the hands to the torso, roll to the side. Rest on your right side. And slowly, gradually come up. So this concludes our weekend workshop. Congratulations to all of you. Bring the hands to the chest. Raise the chest, exhale. Bow and salute the Purusha within. Raise the head up. Namaste. Okay. Welcome. I hope that it was a good experience for you. Okay. And that I'll see some of you next month. All of you, I hope.